All right, so I'm gonna do a quick video on how to put this thing back together. I'm having an issue where the struts want to like conjoin together, but I put the jack in the bottom, lifted this whole thing up, and they kind of spread out. So hopefully when I have all this under the car, I could just jack the K-member up with the jack and it'll level itself out so I can get the bolts through there. But we will see. Now that I slid it under there as much as I could, you can see the strut towers are just aiming in a lot more than I'd like to. So what I'm thinking is if I get it on the jack and I raise the jack up, those legs will spread wide open. So I will do that now. I don't have a cameraman, so you can't see it, but I will do it and get back to you in a second. All right, so this is what I got going on. The K-member wasn't completely aligned. I needed to shift it this way, and I'm alone, so this is all I got. I just strapped the bottom of the rim to rim, pulled on it a little bit, kind of shook it, got this to move toward us. And then these, I'm just making sure they're kind of loose. And this is a pain in the ass, to be honest. This is the hardest thing that I've done so far on the project. But I'm gonna keep lowering the car, get the strut bolts in there, hopefully. And then from there, I will tighten up the K-member, hopefully, if all goes well. All right, so we're getting somewhere. I dropped the jack stands. Keep lowering the car. Looks close on this side. The K-member looks pretty damn close. And then this strut looks pretty close as well. So the hardest part is just me being alone and I can't do three things at once. So I have to just lower the car, finagle, lower, finagle, lower, finagle. But yeah, this is gonna be fun to get it all lined up. And then I have to take apart the K-member when I get my new K-member and do all this again. So super fun stuff. I will get back to you when I lined the struts, and then from there slap the K-member bolts in, and then we should just be able to ugga-dugga them down. All right, quick update. I was able to put a tiny bit of pressure on the strut bolts here, and I just pried it with my screwdriver just so I can start to kind of get them in the hole. And then I'm gonna do the same for this side. As you can see, I'm just gonna like push them. There's a center bolt here, or hole. There you go. So I can see one, and the other one's down in there. So I should be able to just go down and it just kind of align itself, hopefully. I need two hands for this, but I can go one click at a time. This side's aligned. This side is also getting aligned. So I think we're in the clear as of now. All right, so thankfully we were able to get the two nuts on there. This one bolt is just barely a couple threads in. This side, just having a slight bit of trouble knocking it into place. I'm kind of just shaking the car, but I'm gonna keep going down and hopefully it'll pop into place. See if I can get it on video. I'm gonna put my hand under here and kind of wiggle the strut. All right, so that's kind of working. I'm gonna keep going down. I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing that. I have to take this brake booster off to get to these bolts back here. And then, yeah, just mounting up the K-member, which should be hopefully easier than this bullshit. All right, what I actually did, I just jacked the jack up a couple of times and these bolts immediately showed. This one, I got a couple threads in there. This one's still a little loose, but now I can put both the nuts on there so the struts are secured. And then hopefully from doing that, I can get this one bolt back here. Yep, look at that. Perfect. All right, this is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be if you just have a brain, which I kind of do a little bit. What a mission this catfish Camaro is causing me. Doesn't seem like it, but geez, it's like 185 degrees out here. Not a single cloud in sight. I was lying. But yeah, now that after I get the struts tightened up, I'm gonna put that pallet over there. Under here, I'm gonna jack it up from the bumper support, and then hopefully just finagle the screws into the K-member. And this thing should be a roller. Then I can take apart this jig. And on to step, whatever the hell we're at, step 3. This is step 2, was putting all this back together. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. All right, on to the next step. I took apart the jig holding the car, have it on the front bumper, support on the jack. Gonna put these 2 jack stands here to kind of hold the car up. The reason I'm doing this is because I might need the jack to lift the back of the K-member up so I can get that bolt in there. Other than that, I would have just stayed with the jack if those bolt holes lined up, but gonna have the car sitting on jack stands, gonna bring the jack under the car, lift the ass end of the K-member up, put the bolts in, screw them on. The sway bar lines up perfectly on both sides, so I'm really glad that was like that. And then yeah, that should be it. So I'm gonna lower the jack onto the jack stands. Don't judge my jack stand positioning. Don't have many options out here. All right, looks safe. Feels safe. Now I'm gonna get under the car and try to put in the first 2 K-member bolts because they should be pretty close, if not there. And then those rear ones, I know I have to lift the K-member up a little bit. All right, so I'm under the car here, and I was right. I'm probably gonna have to jack this left side, put these bolts in. As you can see, it's a little separated. Vice versa, do the same for the right. Jack it up a little bit, put the bolts in. Blobbity, blobbity, blah, blah. And then that's it. Everything lined up. Well, as of now, everything lined up. All the struts lined up and stuff, which is pretty much the hardest part because I was alone and I had to make sure all that went in the tiny ass little holes. So yeah, I'm gonna bring the jack around and then jack up the K-member a little bit, tighten it all down, and I'll let you know if I run into any problem. All right, so quick video for you guys. Here I am jacking it up. And bam, just like that, bolt holes are in. Then I'll do the same for that side. If you have any questions, sorry I hit the volume button. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up, comment. You know where to get at me. I have all the K-members bolts here, and I might throw some Dub D on them before. Dude, they're gonna rattle out. Don't worry, I'm gonna take all this shit apart again. I just want it to go in nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Damn, I just realized that. Ooh, I got this industrial size Dub D. It has a 7-year warranty that you will not run out. It's as big as my forearm. So yeah, that's where we're at. And then I'm gonna get the fuck out of here because it's like 150 degrees out. but I'm not gonna hit them with the impact yet. I'm just gonna hit them with my small ratcheting wrench, electric ratcheting wrench. This thing is legitness. All right, so just like I showed you guys, on one side, I did the other side. It went smooth. The only thing that didn't go smooth, I messed up and I kind of not stripped, but I cross-threaded that sway arm bolt. So I was kind of frustrated because it's so hot out here. And I just zapped it away. And it looks a little cross-threaded. Whatever, honestly, I do not care. I have so much to do until this car gets running. I'll cross-thread that thing through with the impact until it tightens with some red Loctite. And so be it. But K-member tightened up on all 6 sides, 6 bolts. This thing is a full-on roller. Oh, and I'm gonna have to put the steering shaft in there. I'll put my brake booster back on just like that. I might just put these brake lines in so it's not leaking everywhere. And that's it, boys. That's where we're at for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I'm just gonna slap this steering column on there, put these brake lines back so it's not messy, and that's it. We are finito. That is your engine removal and transmission removal for a Catfish Camaro. Now what you do after this is up to you. You can repeat the steps backwards to put the engine and transmission back in, or you can do what I'm doing and put a LS K-member, LS swap, and be a big boy. But that's where we're leaving it for the day, boys. I'll catch you on the flippity flop.